MCU merchandise has always been a gift to us, not only as actual merchandise that we buy and collect and all that good stuff, but also giving us hints and teases and clues when it comes to these actual MCU projects. And today we have some leaked listings for some upcoming Funko Pops for not only Hawkeye, but also Ms. Marvel and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So we're going to go ahead and break these down. And, some of them don't really reveal anything. And if I'm being honest, nothing here really spoils any huge characters we didn't already know about, but it does reveal a couple alternate versions of characters that we did not know about. If you know what I mean. We'll talk about it and we'll break it down. So I'm super excited to talk about this today, and we're going to go ahead and jump into it, starting off with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because this is probably where the biggest reveals are coming from. So first off, obviously, Doctor Strange. We got Scarlet Witch, America Chavez, a new character being introduced in this film. We already know about Xochitl Gomez is going to be playing the character, and she's going to go on to join the Young Avengers. So that's great. Then it says Supreme Strong, which they did know is actually a typo. It's supposed to be Supreme Wong, as well as Supreme Strange. So I am wondering what these Supreme versions of the characters are, whether that's just like a cool new suit, or if it's like, they call it the Sorcerer Supreme. So what if it's like a Wong from an alternate universe where he's the Sorcerer Supreme? Or maybe during the blip while Doctor Strange was, dusted, Wong was the Sorcerer Supreme. So I'm really interested to see what the Supreme versions of these characters are. And then same goes for Defender. This is a really interesting one as well, because that could mean so many different things. Like how do you... I don't really know what that would even look like a Defender version. I don't even know what that would look like. But in the original lineup of the Defenders in the comics, Doctor Strange was one of the original members, so I suppose that could be a thing, but I kind of doubt it. But this is where we get into the big reveals. So first of all, Rantra. This is a character that we did already know about appearing in this film. He's this giant sorcerer, green Minotaur type character. I did a video on this a couple months ago. Adam Hugel was cast in the role, and this is a character that not many people have really talked about, but he's in this movie, we've known about, and I mean, just the fact that we're getting a giant green Minotaur in this movie, you'd think more people would be talking about it, but we're getting a Funko Pop of this character, so Rantra sounds like it's gonna be pretty cool. Then next up, it says Christine Palmer. This is another thing we knew about. Of course, Rachel McAdams is returning from the first movie where she was kind of the love interest of Doctor Strange. But we've all been kind of wondering, what is she going to do in this movie? Because pretty much her role in the first movie was that she was a doctor or a nurse or something like that alongside Stephen Strange. But now that he's not in that business anymore and now he's full-time Sorcerer Supreme, how is she going to tie into this? Well, one character that we do know is being introduced in this movie is the character of Clea, who in the comics oftentimes is also a love interest for Doctor Strange and is basically a female version of him and is, has magical powers, except, more so purple rather than the orange and green that Doctor Strange uses. So this is a character we know is being introduced in this movie. We've actually seen leaked concept art. That this is the concept art that is sent out to toy companies to make these figures like the Funko Pops, and you can see up in the top right corner there, it's kind of hard to see, but that is the character of Clea. And again, it is super hard to see and super blurry and everything, but what if Christine Palmer actually is Clea? Instead of bringing in a new actress and creating this new character to be Clea, why not have it be the same actress and possibly even the same character? Because again, how else would Christine Palmer tie into this story? So I'm thinking that either Christine Palmer gains powers or she goes to Kamar-Taj after Stephen or something like that, or because we are dealing with the Multiverse of Madness, what if this is an alternate version of Christine Palmer from an alternate reality from a different part of the multiverse that is the Sorcerer Supreme there instead of Doctor Strange or Dr. Stephen Strange. So that's kind of just a theory going off this, but it would make so much sense just connecting the dots here. That's what I think is going on. And then finally, for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, at the bottom it says TBD moment, deluxe and 10-inch. So this is going to be a big character. that is not being revealed. This is going to be a secret character that is a big boy. So who is this character? Well, I think the most obvious answer is CMRRA. This is the character that is rumored to be the villain of the series, and we did actually possibly get our first look at him in the Marvel What If trailer, because we know that series and this movie are tying together, so we could possibly be seeing the character pop up there and then show up in this movie as the main villain. And like I said, I mean, he's literally a giant alien space squid, so it makes sense that he would be a bigger Funko Pop character in this line. And also, it's kind of a secret character, but also a figure that's like, you know, he's probably going to pop up in the trailer, so it's something that's, you know, secret for now, but once these figures actually come out, like, his name's going to be on the box and everything. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. CMRRA, excited to see that character. Then we have Hawkeye, the Hawkeye Disney Plus series, which is rumored to be releasing this fall in November. There's just a few figures for this one. With Clint Barton Hawkeye, obviously, we've seen set photos of his new, more comics-accurate purple suit. Really looking forward to that. Kate Bishop, of course, Haley Steinfeld joining the MCU as this character. Super excited for that. But finally, we have Yelena Belova with Masked Chase. Now, this is a really interesting one, and if you saw the Black Widow movie, then, I mean, spoiler alert, but obviously in the post-credits scene, we saw Yelena Belova. She was hired by Valentina Contessa Allegra de Fontaine to go hunt down Hawkeye, and we know she's going to be in this series. It looks like she's actually going to be one of the villains, and it says that she's wearing a mask. Now, we never saw her wear a mask in the Black Widow movie, so this is going to be something new for her character. And I have a feeling that she may be Ronin, because we do see, again, in this leaked concept art for MCU Phase 4, that we have Yelena Belova right there on the right, but then we also have Ronin, and this is not Clint Barton as Ronin. We do know we're going to be getting more flashbacks of him as Ronin in the series, but this is very clearly a female version of Ronin. And back a couple months ago, when I did a breakdown of this leaked concept art, I was thinking this was Maya Lopez, who we know is introduced in this series. It's Maya Lopez, aka Echo. She's going to be the first deaf superhero. It's great and everything. She's even getting her own spin-off on Disney Plus, because in the comics, she actually is the original Ronin. So that's why I was thinking that that's who this character is. But if you look closely, again, it's kind of hard to tell here, and there may be better images that are more clear. It does kind of look like that is Florence Pugh. So maybe that is what's going on here. Maybe Yelena Belova is trying to lure out Hawkeye, lure out Clint Barton by dressing up as Ronin. And, you know, she's a pretty skillful, tactical person, so it would make sense if this was her strategy. Then finally, guys, we have Ms. Marvel, one that doesn't really reveal too much from us because it is just 3 different versions of Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel. First of all, we have Kamala Khan, Halloween, unknown if common or exclusive. We saw set photos of Iman Vellani, who plays Kamala Khan, wearing a almost Captain Marvel type Halloween costume. So it seems like we're going to be getting that in Funko Pop form, which will go very nicely with the WandaVision Halloween costumes as well, so that'd be pretty cool. And then Ms. Marvel with powers, exclusive, and Ms. Marvel stepping, also an exclusive. So her powers in the comics, of course, are to embiggen, and she can stretch her arms and make her hands really big and basically stretch her body. And it's very similar to Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, but different in a few different ways. And there's been rumors about this series that they're going to actually change the character and instead give her bracelets that allow her to make energy constructs very similar to like Green Lantern. And like, there's been a lot of reliable sources saying that's the case, but at the same time, I still really hope it's not. And I don't understand why they would do that, just make that such a huge change to the character. And these listings here make me think back to the fact that it is going to be the comics accurate powers, which again, I hope is the case. Because Ms. Marvel stepping, I don't know what that would have to do with like energy constructs, but if it's her embiggen powers, it's like, oh, she's stepping because she embiggened her foot or something and she's got a giant leg and she's stepping. That could be what it is, or like she grew super big and she's like stepping on somebody. That's what I'm thinking this means. That, again, that's just my interpretation. So Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and let me know what do you think about all of these leaked listings for these Funko Pops for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Hawkeye, and Ms. Marvel. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.